All right, so um, it's 2 sessions. I did I won 650 after coming to MGM. My second session for the day, I won 650. Coming MGM, I get there like 2:30, like 2:30, 3 o'clock. It was 42 banker, 42 player, 45 banker, 42 hands, which I know is I'm going to play the one. Um, and once I make 2 bets, it fucked me today because I thought I seen a pattern, but then it fucked me. If I had stayed with the second bet, I would have been good. But basically, in this session, if what I'm doing is not working, and I try to bet small, I cash in for 1,300. If what I'm doing don't work, I wait for the Billy, and I go with the high hand. That's what I did with this. So I did notice that I was betting. I wasn't betting crazy, but I was betting. I was poised, but I wasn't as strategic because it's a couple of times I went against the people, like the double shot, like I came in, should have just it was too weak to begin with, so I probably the shoes that's close, you pretty much predominantly want to play the one, from my experience. Okay, so I won 650. Then, as I'm coming home, I'm like, yo, I took all my cards off, left all my cards home. So my money was, and I left the $600 I just won in the car. And I came, it was 19 player, 27 banker, 52 hands, my kind of shoe. So after the second player, I bet the one. Then I realized that it's usually that it's going to come down. Don't always. This is the shoe that it. When I bet the one after the weak side. And then, crazy as it was, I said, all right, I'm gonna bet the two, the opportunities, and it came. Right. Then I tried to get cute. I bet the one again on the player. And then I bet the one. But the thing was, I didn't. What got me back was, and this was the shoe where I had $400, and I had $400, and then you're supposed to play to maintain. At $400, supposed to play to maintain, and then I tried to get cute. And then I started losing it. So where I got back at was the weak side was the player, and I bet the two. And it came. Then I got hit on the 3. I got hit on the 4, And this is the session where the motherfucker, the Hank D motherfucker that used to be at Horse Live, when you bet one day he better get you. And I had 3 card 8 on the banker side. And I counted my chips and I was done. It was the weak side. I was done. I got my $400 back. I got my 430 back. So I got my 1,300 and my 430. So I played to maintain. So I won. Today I won 670, 650, 430. Predominantly, the way I won those bets, when what I wasn't doing wasn't working, I bet with the people. So I didn't try to continue to keep doing it. What I need to do is the rules is pretty much you play the weak side, but you only go with the people that's hot on the dominating side. You get your win and that's it. You don't bet all crazy, but you do your scorecard because it tells you who's hot. But you don't just be, you definitely, and a couple of times I was pretty much gonna go on the one after the dominant side posted a one. I didn't think it was gonna come down, and it came to my favor. But the key was I played to maintain. That's the key. I played to maintain, and I wasn't trying to knock the ball out the ball. I was still playing with the Moran like 100. I would get some red chips, stack it up, make it look like I had a lot or whatever. And it worked. So I won 670 this morning with the broad, playing with Erica boy, homeboy, the fat boy. That used to be the shit in Baccarat. Played that early this morning. Then I played to maintain. Then I went to MGM around 2:30, 3 o'clock. I got me another 650. Then on my way home, so I'm already winning 1,200 for the day. And then I get the 400. I get 1,600. Put the money in the account. That's how I win. I get the win by playing to maintain. When the first opportunity at a win come, I leave. That's how I get the win. Basically, when what I wasn't doing wasn't working, I went with the person that was hot on the dominating side. That's the key. When you get down, when what you're doing is not working, you bet with the person that's hot on the dominating side. What also saved me was make a bet don't go right back. Lose a bet don't go right back because it gives me a chance to see what's going on. What also helped me was what also helped me was money management skills. A couple of times I drifted off because I didn't. I stayed with the one bet. I went with the people, and I I went on the weak side. It went against it. Then we lost. It came down. I was like, man, I'm staying with it. Because remember, the bet is if you make it, only time you don't go with it is if you lose the first time. If you win it, you just keep going with it. If you lose, okay, but then you know you don't want to get caught with the Mousy series. But I will say, this is what helps. I'm not going to lie. The fact of knowing how to play for the opportunities, and I also know how to play the 2 on the weak side, that helps me tremendously. Now, I'm not saying I got the key. I'm not saying that. But what helps me is the fact that I know how to play the dog. I come in at the middle of the shoe. If it's a dominating shoe, I'm gonna take my shots on the weak side. If I lose, now I gotta wait for it to come back down on its own before I attempt to bet. And when I do bet, I'm betting the 1. At in the middle of the shoe, I'm only if I'm gonna play the 1, I'm gonna wait till at least go 3, right? If I bet on the dominating side, I'm only gonna bet the 2 or the 3. On the weak side, I'm gonna bet the 1 after the 3. Or if I'm gonna go against the weak side, the strong side, I might bet the 1 after the 3. But this is towards the middle of the shoe, but like 40, 45. But I stay out of the beginning of the shoe because it could go haywire, it could be misleading, and so forth. But the fact that when I sit down, so like I said, what helps me is that I don't get caught up in that shit that with the Mousy situation. When Mousy was hot, Mousy was on fire. When I kept trying to push the 2 down on my own, I don't do that no more. Once the shit come down on this, if it don't come down on its own, the next time I have to wait for it to come down. And then I start putting the 2. So after it come down on its own on the 2, then I might bet 150 and then start going from there. But that's what's helping me with these sessions because I know about how to play the dominating side and I know how to play the weak side because the weak side, I'm playing the 2. And what I do, if it don't work, I don't mind going with the person that's hot at the table. And I get my one to get the fuck out of there. Review.